All right, we're here at the Horror and Sci-Fi Film Festival. I'm here with David Yohe,
right.
co-director of The Demon. Matt can't be here. He's the other director.
That's right.
He has a baby, I guess.
1-year-old little girl.
Good
for him.
Just having babies, man.
Hi, Beta. That's what he is.
Hi, baby.
Yep, hi, baby.
Hello, little baby. Anyways, we're about to see The Demon. We haven't seen it yet. What are we in for here?
Well, one hell of an ending, I'll tell you that. I get that quite a bit. But a cosmic horror, journey with sacks that cover people's bodies and
Wait,
bodies cut in half.
what again? Sorry?
I knew that would stop you on that one. What would they call it? An embryonic sac or something like that? It's one of the reviews. Ambionic? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that stuff. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you see it, and you're going to go, oh shit, yeah, that's that. Yeah.
Okay. So where did you
I don't
know?
want to spoil the movie about details.
Oh, totally.
But,
Yeah.
Let's just say 3 words. Lake Michigan. God. I'll leave it at that.
Practical effects.
Yes, practical effects. 5 words.
Oh, love practical effects.
Yeah.
I made a comment online. A lot of people were chiming in that I would rather have shitty practical effects over the greatest CGI.
Yeah.
Like, especially in horror movies.
And I have to be careful here because I think there's room for both if they're done right. I think the hybrid of both is like the magic because they're both, if you do them right, I've seen $200 million films where you're like, this CG,
Right.
And then you see, independent stuff, you're like, wow, that's amazing because someone took 3 years doing it by themselves or something. So, but we luckily had some of the best practical effects teams in the world come on board. Me and Matt and the whole team was super freaking blessed to have these guys because Joel Harlow at Morphology with Dan Rebert and guys that do shows like Evil and did special effects for Pirates of the Caribbean, Star Trek, so on and so forth, came on and made this movie really what it is. We have a lot of drama, there's a lot of personal stuff in the movie, dealing with addiction, grief, which I think grief's been kind of overdone, obviously, a trope in horror really lately, but it's super genuine from us because we were living it at the time. And then we wrapped it in with some amazing practical effects and death scenes and just got to feed the horror fans, and we gave a little something more. So maybe like the Babadook meets, I don't know, melting faces and exploding heads. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a little bit all for everyone.
So what is it about? What's the plot here for The Demon?
The plot is about a man who loses his father to suicide, goes back to where he committed suicide and kind of relives this trauma and starts remembering things that happened when he was younger that he kind of suppressed. And those things happen to be some mysterious force that lives in the lake that kind of corrupted his mother, and it's like generational trauma. And while the rest of his family, his wife and brother-in-law and sister-in-law come to help him kind of recover, it's too late. Once you're near it, it kind of has you in its grasp. So,
All right. Well,
in the lake, I will tell you that. Can't ruin it for you, but
we're about to find out what's in that lake. I mean, you know.
You are.
I don't know.
And
Ryan doesn't know.
And if you guys don't talk about it after, I'm fetal position, going to cry. Because if you guys don't talk about this, what we're going to see at the very end, we didn't do a good job.
So it's up to us.
Yeah. I'll watch the podcast, and you guys will be like, yeah, whatever. And I'll be like, oh. Or you guys will be like, you're going to look in the camera and just go, yes, Dave, yes, you're right. Okay. It's going to be one or the other.
It was great.
There's no mediocrity, man. Either you go for it and miss, or you fucking make it.
That's right. Yes. If you're going to go for it, go for it. I don't want to see tiptoeing in.
No. First feature, you better make some noise.
I love that. Okay, yeah. I'm ready for The Demon now. Let's do it.
I don't know how to describe this movie because I feel like the least you know, the better.
Yeah.
I think what do people have to know when going in, or what do you want them to know, just a little bit, or do you want to what would you tell someone this is what to expect?
You saw it, so yeah. I think what I would want them to know is you're going to go on a unique ride, right? So I don't think you've seen this movie. But if you're looking for something different that's going to have left turns and have some big payoffs, this is the movie for you. If you like gore, if you like some drama, if you like a slow burn, if you like really good practical effects, those kind of things, I think this movie would fit in your wheelhouse. And if you like cosmic horror, meaning something a little bit different, yeah, you dig it.
And I must say, cinematography. That's something that we talked about. Movies like I already forgot Leonardo DiCaprio, Revenant, extremely cinematic movie. They show a lot of nature, and in this movie, I mean, the nature is like the character. It's like it's this evolving thing, and I can't give anything away because it's just so shocking, kind of what happens. Why did you choose the route you chose? Why that? Like, why specifically that? If you can give it away.
No, I can't. I think we can talk about the lake. The lake specifically.
Sure, yeah.
That all ties into Tyler Rosen, who stars in the film. He's also one of our main producers. And he has a place on Lake Michigan, in Michigan. And it really started from that. And Matt and I kind of crafted this story around the locations after we saw the locations. And it just played into Lovecraft so well. I mean, you're talking about scale, and there's nothing better than showing scale than a lake that plays like an ocean. Mm-hmm. There's also just this incredible amount of depth in that area when it comes to, foliage changing during the seasons, and the Chicago being across the water, and this like huge kind of like storm element coming in always. I felt like it just played into this like kind of impending doom, and Matt and I just kind of crafted this idea, and then we had, like you said, great cinematography from J.R. Krause and the whole camera team, including Matt Devino, who did all our drone work. And then sound design to make the character of that lake and the atmosphere come to life. And that was like Jack Madigan, and a great score by Michael Crane. So many different layers go into creating that little bit of character that we call it, without it being a character. No.
And that's perfectly well said too. The composition, every little piece adds to this just absolute massive thing, this entity that you just feel is looming over you. You feel like you're being watched the whole time. It's very, very dark. Was that intentional, just to be very... I mean, there's a little bit of humor mixed in, but like this comes from a very dark place. I mean, right away, the movie's solemn, right from the beginning, and doesn't really cheer up. What is there like something you want to convey with that kind of emotion in this movie? Do you want people to take away something with like that sorrow and the pain, or like how is that related to the lake?
I think the lake, this came from a genuine place from Matt and I going through some serious trauma, I think, during the COVID era. Losing family members, having funerals during COVID, which was a total joke. Just having a lot of trauma. So I think a lot of horror tropes come in with like this grief element. It sometimes feels very trite and not very honest because it's just a vehicle to make the movie work. And Matt and I really kind of put our stuff on screen in a way that was not directly what we went through, but the feeling of that was expressed through screen. So it was a gloomy time. There wasn't a lot to be happy about. And so that reflects on screen. And I think, I think as long as you do it genuinely and it comes from the right place, I think we crafted that to be a very honest version of what we were feeling. Mm-hmm. And if it was going to be happy, trust me, I'd rather be happy. But in the end, I think this universe is pretty big and we don't understand it very well.
Yeah, well, also well said. And I guess I really want to leave you guys with, I went into this knowing zero. And I personally feel the less you know, the better. Just know that it's going to open your mind a little bit. You're going to there's definitely more than once where you kind of sit back and go, oh. And it's like you kind of feel... existential's not, sure. Maybe a little bit. Yeah,
go for it.
It's something else. This movie makes you feel stuff, guys. You got to see it. It's ooh, and it's ooh. It's I can't give it away. I want to talk about it so bad.
It is the bad part about you. Yeah, if you say too much, it kind of does.
Yeah.
But I think it's on a rewatch. This is stuff you find layers over and over again. I think we really went into it with giving it some depth.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Wink, wink. Yeah. Also,
but the lake is calling. That's all I can tell you. The lake is calling.
And
calling all of us now.
It's got something for everybody. Like you said, a little bit of humor, a little bit of drama, great story, compelling, thrilling, and super exciting. I am amazed at this film. It is really incredible. It's powerful, and thank you for making it. And I hope the world, you guys need to see this.
Thank you.
What are you doing?
Audience, go out in the theaters and see this thing, man. From Tyler, Matt, Tom, the whole team, Johnny, Michael, everyone involved in this thing, JR, we thank you guys.
Huge film, great guys. Check it out, guys. Definitely.